We're gonna play some Kerbal. We're gonna launch some rockets. We're gonna potentially, maybe go to the Mun. I think that would be a good goal of the stream. Is maybe just launch something to get to the Mun. Maybe launch a lander and land something on the Mun. Doesn't have to be a Kerbal. Maybe it is a Kerbal. Maybe we don't get the Kerbal back. I don't know. We'll see. Let's jump in. I like the music. I forget about this. It says Womble X Mark V, but it's not really a Womble X Mark V. I've decided I'm not. By the way, so for the Womble X saves, I've always had like a little bitty bobby thing in the Womble X save where I'm like I record and make sure that we preserve all the launches in like an Excel thing. If you do ! Womble X, you'll be able to get all the archived things. I'm probably not going to do it for this just because Kerbal's not quite in the right point, and I'm not in the right point to be able to do that either, because I'm not as good as I remember myself being. I mean, evidence was on New Year's when I couldn't get the parachutes to work. Although I'm still thinking that was potentially half a bug, but I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, we're not going to be recording that. It's not really a Womble X save, but it kind of is, and it kind of is. It's kind of like a Womble X trial run, right? Like, basically the idea with this save is I'm going to push the game as much as I can, push myself as much as I can, go to all the different places, complete all the different tasks, and this, that, and the other, and then potentially do it all over again, but better. That's the idea. I don't know how good the old method of Womble X is going to work either with Kerbal 2, so we'll see. I'm not used to the tie. I don't know whether I like the tie. But it adds a little bit of pop, I think. So yeah, we'll kind of see. I love the background music. I don't know what it is. It's so, like, I could just sit and listen to the ambient music for ages. I just could. Are we getting a loading screen of death here? Is this what's happening? Are we having a loading screen of death? Maybe. Maybe so. Nope, it's not loading, is it? God damn it! So yeah, basically the last couple of days I've just kind of like been at work. Basically, I've done nothing but work the last few days, and I am just a little bit tired, I will admit. And I mean, it's kind of weird because normally I wouldn't stream, right? Like I wouldn't stream on a day after work, so this is like kind of the first time that I'm doing that. Maybe the Friday streams are a little bit ambitious. I don't have any more Friday streams planned. It is purely Monday streams, but the reason why this was a Friday stream was because the Monday was New Year's Day. So doing the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday at work, and then streaming is potentially a little bit. So we might not be doing the whole 2.5 hours. We might not even be playing Kerbal at this point because it's just not loading. This is one of the... there we go, now it's starting to load. This is one of the problems I think that I'm going to have with these later streams, is the fact that normally what I do I load up the game before I start streaming and I test out the game. And I can't necessarily do that because, like, I'm not kidding. Like, I only just managed to get in and hello, microphone, you're right in my face. Why are you in my face? Did I move you during the New Year's stream? Oh, I did. It was for Eurotruck. Of course. Makes sense. Right. It's still in my face. It's not right. Damn it. This, maybe? To there? Where are you normally? Are you there? I feel like you're like right in my peripherals. There we go. Maybe if I move that might be better. Yeah. Hey, Cyan. How's it going? Have you had a good week? How's your new year been so far? Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to mission control? Maybe? I think that was where we were getting the missions from before. And we'll kind of like... Primary is Orbit Kerbal. Now, I don't think we went through this last time, but we'll kind of test a few things out. We've also got a buoyancy test here as well. Now, I can do both of these in one mission. Hey, Jen, how are you? Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since. Okay, so it's time to get extraterrestrial orbit. Here we come. Establish an orbiter around Kerbal with an apoapsis less than 300 kilometers and a periapsis greater than 70 kilometers, which should be nice and easy. We get 75 science for it, and brought to you by the Kerbal Space Center, the nerve center of the agency. The Kerbal Space Center. I don't need to read that. Let me have a look at the mission brief, though. Greetings, Director. The day has finally arrived. All of our research has culminated in a single shining moment. I can actually read. Why are you wearing a tie? I don't know, I'm trying out a tie. Just because this shirt and this waistcoat is very dark, so I put on a light tie to tie it out, to try it out. I'm trying out ties. Yeah. That's why. I'm trying them out. I don't know how I feel. But Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm trying it out, Jen. Like, we'll figure it out. I think this is like the third stream I've done with a tie. I know, you look fancy. Like, it's weird, right? Because when I put on the waistcoat, I always look fancy, but I never wear the tie, right? Like, when I have the waistcoat on, and I always look fancy, but I've stopped getting the comments where people say, why are you wearing a waistcoat? You look fancy. So now I've added a tie, and now people are saying that again. It's really weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm now at the age where ties feel appropriate, but I will not button up the top button. Right? Does that make sense? I don't know if that made sense. It's like... I can't, because I've got a big Adam's apple, so like... Whenever I do the top button up, I can't breathe. You crave the compliments that come with fanciness. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It does make sense. Okay, that's alright. I have finally perfected the strongest cup of coffee. Good for you, sir. Well, I did do it with a bit of help from Newton, our intern. You've got to try the Macchiato Mark 1? 3 shots of espresso, 10 sugars, and a tiny teeny splash of foam. What sort of foam? I've had 2 in the last hour. Jesus. It's miraculous. I no longer require sleep. From here, the snack department will be taking over development. Now onto our agenda. It's time to finally orbit Kerbal. All our attempts to orbit our beloved blue marble have resulted in the tarmac Henry called Go Boom. And how hard can it be to turn sideways anyway? Maybe we just need more coffee. That's a good idea. More coffee. That's a good idea. More coffee. So, got any resolutions or goals or other rubbish for the new year? I mean, I'm streaming currently. That's part of the... I mean, really quick. You know, Jen, when I did this, I was like, I'm gonna try and do this. Right, this is my goal for the new year, to get actual organized. All right, remember when I did that? Although this is now out of date because I don't think when doing Tales of Mercia now on the Saturday the 20th, I think I'm going to replace it with something else. But I still require Jen and discount because I think Animal and Kath are now busy. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. I mean, this is my goal, is to stream more. Like, that's my goal. All our attempts to orbit our beloved blue marble have resulted in what Tom Henry goes, boom, I've heard about more coffee. We read that and I drank coffee and it was funny. Let's move on. Your objective is to establish an orbit around Kerbal with an APE less than 300 kilometers and a PE greater than 70. The sweet spot is where your orbit doesn't leave Kerbal and also doesn't dip into Kerbal's atmosphere. While we're at Mission Control, are big fans of learning by doing. We're also aware that new craters could harm our chances of making the cover of Giant Lawns weekly. If you want to brush up on your space flight basics, we can also hop over. I don't care about that. Orbits are weird, going up, then sideways, then falling over, too many directions. Make sure you have the latest part from the R&D center and look both ways before crossing. CC, I think I've already done my R&D. I think we did that before we finished the thing. Let's just have a look at this real quick. So we've got a secondary test here. This is the first time the secondary tests have popped up. And basically, also, hey, Discount, how are you? Lurking till internet sorts itself out. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Is your internet fucked? Buoyancy test. Then the vessel recovery team wants you to run some splashdown tests. Are the pods really airtight? Pods aren't meant to sink, but then again, they aren't meant to explode either. Probably best to get out there and see what happens. Sure. Land a pod in a body of water on Kerbal. So we could do this in 2 separate tests if I really wanted to. I could just send one of these out very easily, right? But I feel like we should do both, right? We should do both at the same time. I don't have a mission brief thing for this one, so this is just a thing that we need to do. So I think once we've done the orbit, we can aim for a splashdown. I think that's fine. Just double checking that I've got everything science-wise. I do. I've got 1 science unit. Yeah, okay. I think we've got everything then. So I guess we go to VAB and we're going to build our orbiter. We need a name for the orbiter. What's the name? Unfortunately, I've only got the Mark 1 tin can, which is a little bit limiting. But this, I believe, is the thing that we've got to splash down. So we're going to do that. And I do have now some heat shield, right? There it is. There's the heat shield. So we do have the heat shield, so it will be able to survive re-entry. And we also have a couple of extra parachutes. We've got some Mark 16 parachutes, so we've got some radial stuff. What are the tolerances on this? Let me do shift. So max velocity is 247 meters a second. They're all that. I see. So anyway, these 2 are drogue shoots anyway. I don't quite... Semi-deployed is 7.1 kilonewtons. But deployed only... Well, that's... Oh, the Mark 16 isn't. Oh, the Mark 16 is what we've had in the past, right? That. Now we've got these radial parachutes. There we go. That was, I don't know why that was so much more confusing than what it actually was. So now we've got the radial parachutes, and the radial parachutes, they don't give as much drag as the normal parachute, by the looks of it. Where is the door? I do think that I want to use the radial chutes though. So I'm thinking we're going to do this. We're going to be extra safe with the tin can. Because ideally, I would also like to put a science can on this so that we can recover a small reaction wheel. Okay, so I've got reaction wheels there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to over-engineer this. We're going to put this science on there so that we can recover the science as well. Where is my center of mass, though? And area of lift? So the center of mass, annoyingly, is like kind of right there. So I don't think that's a good idea to do that, to have that on here. I'm going to keep the ablator at full. I still want to over-engineer the parachutes. We don't have to be worried about part counts or like money for things. The only cost that we've got is delta V requirements, and we can easily overcome a couple of extra parachutes. On top of this as well, I'm thinking I'm gonna put some batteries. Ah, 2 please. There we go, like that, perfect. I do have some solar panels as well, but I think that's gonna go in a separate module because we're gonna make an orbiter and it's gonna do multiple different things. So that's gonna be the capsule that we will recover. Nice and simple, nice and easy, not really much of a change. Right. Next thing that I want to do, we definitely want a stabilizer on here, because that will just help with a little bit of reaction wheels. And I wouldn't mind this science unit. We're going to put some solar panels on this. Where are the solar panels? That's if it will do what I want it to. There we go. Couple of solar panels just to make it look a little bit more balanced, and we'll give it a little bit of extra charge. Is there anything else that I have that I want to put on this? Before I mean, we've got a little bit of a structural fuselage as well, if I really wanted to. Before I start putting on fuel, though, is there anything else? There's not really much else, unfortunately. I mean, I'm also tempted to add a probe core on this, and then deorbit it and recover it separately to this, but that's gonna be a little bit more complicated. So then we can also recover the science, if that makes sense. Oh, we definitely want some antennas, so let's throw some of those on. Actually, I'm gonna put just one on this. There we go. I'll extend that once we're... Perfect. Okay, so now let's make the orbiting module. How much delta V do we want for the orbiter itself? Yeah, there's not really much else that we can really add on to this. How much delta V is that? 825. Wow. What's the TWR on this, by the way? 0.06, but that's fine. Okay, so we've got 800 meters a second on this, and that is pretty much the entirety of the orbiter. I don't think we need any more, right? I mean, to be really overkill, we could do that. There we go. What is that? That's 446. No, I think we'll just go with this. I don't need more than 800 meters a second on the orbiter itself. I mean, 800, if I got this into orbit itself, this could go out and do a transfer to the Mun, right? So. Okay, next, let's just make sure that this is also vacuum. It is. Okay, let's get a decarpalificator on. And now we want the second stage. So how much delta V is this stage at right now? So that is 855 meters a second. I'm thinking I want a little bit more for the second stage. 855 meters a second. TWR is 2.89 on that engine. So we can turn that down a little bit. We don't need that much. But that is going to be around about, if I've got this right, it's round about there. So how much delta V is this? Wait, seriously? There's 1,100 meters a second in that, just in that stage? That doesn't seem right. What is my total mass? 9.17. Okay, let's do the final stage. And this is going to be, I think, for the most part, it's going to be the Ascent booster, which was, if I remember correctly... Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. That was meant to be the swivel. That why... Atmosphere about 300,000. The swivel needs to be about 50%. Because I don't want to burn through all that fuel straight away. Hey animal! Happy New Year. How are you? What have you been doing? Did you have a good New Year's? So that is 120 meters a second on the swivel. Wait, no. That's not right. It's not 100. No, it's 1,220. It's so difficult to see that number. It's so small on my screen. Happy New York! And now, this one, newest stage. Let's do atmosphere 0. It's only actually 700 meters a second on that. I don't have enough then, so we need this, but with boosters. What's the TWR? So that's got 1.4 TWR on there. How much delta V do these SRBs have in Kerbal 2? Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really much on these. So that, I would like to go there, please. This, there. Thank you. I guess the boosters aren't really going to add that much Delta V. Oh, don't have enough. Okay, let's scrap. Tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. Because I don't like these SRBs, I don't like them. So we're going to scrap those. We're going to add... and take that out there. I'm going to add that onto here. Like this. Can I route to there, please? Thank you. This one, we're going to throttle down to 50%. I might even put a swivel on that, to be honest, so that we've got a little bit of gimbal action. We'll see. I'll see what I'm at with this in a sec. So what did you do, Animal? Did you do anything interesting? Anything fun for the New Year's? No, that needs to go in that line there. We can get rid of this. Perfect. Okay. That is atmospheric. All three of those are atmospheric. We've got 1,400 meters a second, which is quite a lot. That should get us up to the 3... The TWR is like crazy though, so let's do that. We can turn the TWR down on that as well. Went to a theme park with on the 30th. Bus was home after dinner, the 31st. After staying at family since the theme park. We did wonder where you were. Usually you pop into the stream on New Year's, but I was like, I bet he's doing stuff this year. Bet you're busy. So, did you have a good day? Have a good time? That didn't seem to change. Oh, it does. Okay, it does. Alright, we're gonna go for 30% on that. Cool. 1.5. It's more than enough. I have a little bit too much Delta V now. But you know what? That's okay. We can do something a little bit different with this capsule now. At least we can get it into orbit, but I think this needs a name. This ascent vehicle needs a name. I also want to put some fins down at the bottom as well. I am a little bit worried I'm not going to be able to turn the craft though. What is this? The Changeling, while it might be their smallest part, adjustable aerodynamic fin, whether you design small or large, shark shape, the crew at Winglet will custom build. Yeah. Can we invert controls, advanced controls, so it does do pitch, yaw, and roll. So I don't want yaw, I just want pitch and roll. Authority limiter though, it doesn't, it has 0 degrees, so maybe it isn't, maybe it is just a stabilizer and you can't actually control it. Call it the Bezos's balls. He doesn't understand. Jesus Christ. Let me do this. Yeah, so I'm wondering if these... Whoops. I'm wondering if the stabilizers I've got don't actually control. They just make... It just makes you think that they do. Controls everything when you are flying. This miraculous little stabilizer is well up to the task. I don't think it counts as a control surface. There's nothing in the shift menu with any of these. So even though it gives me the option to have advanced controls, I don't think it's going to adjust, because this is what we figured out. I reckon these are just like the old tail fins kind of thing. So now I have to ask the question is whether or not the torque on this SRW125 enough to be able to roll the craft over and flip it, if that makes sense. Stabilizers have the little control surfaces. Do they? Yeah, I think they're more like canards. I think these are like canards. It looks like they do have a control surface here, but I feel like they are acting more like no, I don't think they're acting like canards either. I don't think that they have any control surface. I think they oh, I didn't want that. Oh, how do I go to the left? How do I move my camera? Can I not move my camera? Do I have to move? I didn't. Oh. No, I didn't want that. Is it Alt click? No, it's not that. Ah. Do you have to move that so it's in the center? I hate that. Wait, no, I did it. I did it somehow. Why am I... Do you have to like... Aha! It's middle mouse button, then you center around the object. Got you. Okay. I think I did know that. So I think they're more like, you know the... Yeah, middle mouse click. Thank you, Animal. It's been a while since I've played... Number 1, played this game. Number 2, played Kerbal in general. And number 3, they've... You know, they're like... I forget. No, I think these are like... You remember the very, very much original, the stabilizer fin? Like that first stabilizer fin that was just a fin and it didn't move and it was bolted on? I think that's what these stabilizers are. I think these are just bolted on things. Oh no, that one's got control surfaces, look. I think the extra small one just doesn't have any movement in it. I think it's... So the reason why I think that is because if I go into these, if I right-click this, in the advanced controls, I've got authority limiter of 15% on this LPS 250, the light stabilizer. But if I go to the extra small variant, so if I go to this one, under advanced controls, I cannot turn the authority limiter up below 0 degrees, so I think it's just fixed. I think it's fixed where it is. Which is a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. I can deal with... Why can't I help? Why can't I get the frickin' fin? Hello? Why does that not work? Huh, there we go. It was because I was trying to edit it, apparently, and I didn't realize. So I think if I do 4-way symmetry of this, and then... Oh, will you stop doing that? I'm gonna change this to bring the fin in so it looks a little more realistic kind of thing. So it does have a control surface, but I'm going to adjust it. That's what I'm saying, I think. Wing angle. Da la la la. Gotta get this right. Tip length, please. Just a little bit less. The angle can change ever so slightly, and then we can do the control surface. Oh, you can also turn the control surfaces on and off on these, and I think that was something that we couldn't do on this, right? Yeah, there's no control surface. Okay. That, I mean, it definitely answers my question, right? Like, is there a control surface? No. Okay, that makes sense why we can't change. Answers my question. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the fact that I can do this. I'm happy with that, right? I'm happy with that. Okay, so what is the name of this here? I guess it is Ascent Heavy 1, right? Because Ascent was this, like just a singular. So this is Ascent Heavy. Ascendos. Because that was Ascent, look. Ascent Plus, could be. I like Ascent Heavy. Ascent Heavy's fine. Ascent Heavy 1. Save. Cool. I'm happy with that. Right. Screw it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to add to this. I mean, I'm overkill on a lot of things. So we're not going to send Bob though. We are going to send, of course, Valentina. Got to be Valentina, right? She's the one we send. Save it. Ascent and Ascent. Spelling inconsistent there. Is it? Wait, what? How do you spell Ascent? Ascent? Ascent. Accent. I've done accent again. Ascent? Wait, how do we spell Ascent? Yeah, it's AS. I thought it was AS. Why have I've spelled it ACS. Like, multiple times. Like, I got it right the first time, and then, like, multiple times I've done it again. Weird. Okay. Let's get rid of the accent. Delete that. Delete it. We don't need that. We also don't need the new workplace as well, because I hate... Actually, you know what? I will... It doesn't matter, because that's an autosave. Yeah, I've done it down here as well. Accent. That's so stupid. Okay. Right. Let's get going. So I've got extra delta V in this, so we can do more stuff. In terms of time, I would like to have part ineffective, lack of stellar exposure. Maybe I ran out of battery. No, 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 no. I really wish it wouldn't do that. Oh, goodness sakes. Fine, we'll keep it at this speed, seeing as it makes everything way too fast. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Morning has arrived. I'm not going outside now, it's too late. I missed that. Oh boy, that went quick. Not bad, not bad. Starting roll program. Oh boy. For whatever reason, middle mouse button doesn't do what it normally does. With like the camera angles and stuff, so I legit don't know. Uh-oh. It's probably maximum dynamic pressure by now. Probably, right? I presume... Oh, wait, no. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I presume I've got enough thrust here. No, 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 Wobble. You definitely didn't have enough thrust. You were slowing down. I love the sound design. After the rocket, spend a month on the launch pad for the enjoy of the locals, with Jeb even making rude jokes at it. We launched it and called stress testing by our engineers and scientists. Why is that not activated? There we go. Didn't want to hit spacebar again and then accidentally stage this. This is a pretty efficient launch. I'm pretty pleased with myself. I've done a good job. Signed tits. I'm pretty pleased. I've got 800 meters a second, so I do actually have more than enough to get into orbit. Nice and easy. Small little orbiter. I'm still, like, my AP is still in the atmosphere though, so maybe we should pick that up a little bit. There we go. I'll synchronize when we're closer to the AP. I've got 370 meters a second. I think I need like 100 meters a second left. Not too bad, not too bad. Not too shabby, eh? Not too shabby for an old guy that hasn't played Kerbal properly for a very, very, very long time. I need to find out how to move the camera around. Oh, game view map. Tracking station, didn't mean to do that. Okay. So we've got environment data here. Oh, I don't think we need that. So my question now, and here's the thing. So in old Kerbal, if you transmit science, you never get as much science back, right? We've got samples. Apparently I've got samples. I don't know. Crew observations. So I presume that is the data, right? So if I transfer this science, do I get all of it back? Is there a way to find out like whether I get all 100% if I transmit it, or like how does that work? That's what I'm trying to ask. And I don't know. I don't know. How does the science work? And where do I see what science I've collected? I guess it's down here. It is? Found it. Okay. So if I transmit, samples must be returned to Kerbal. So I presume I can't take the environment samples, but I can, for instance, transmit the crew observations, but I would get 0 science for, and I can transmit the environment data, which I would get 0 science for. Crew observation. So I presume I can transmit that. You don't know either. I think, well, the way I'm looking at it, like if I transmit, I get 54 science, but that includes the crew observations and the environment data. So I can transmit those and then we're done. So let's do that. Now, obviously, I do have electric charge that we have to think about as well, and so each unit takes a certain amount of electric charge, of which I have enough of both, and each unit takes like a certain amount of time. So this one is a 9-second delay, this is a 15-second transmitting. So you do have to be aware of that. Maybe. Oh, it's also transmitting the ones that, I see. So you do have to be careful of that, because you don't always want it to transmit the, like the zeros here, right? Like that one's bin, that one's done. I see, right? You don't want to keep resubmitting the same stuff, because it's just going to use up like your electric charge and stuff. That's useful to know, actually, because that's not intuitive. Okay. I mean, I do have solar panels, right? So we should slowly start to recharge wherever the freaking sun is. I think it's directly above us. Alright, let's circularize, because otherwise... There we go. Is the new science to do now? Maybe? So I could resubmit the crew observations. I see it. It makes you do it again. Right, so if we do the EVA... 69 EC. I know, right? Run crew observation, maybe? No? Maybe samples. Okay, so I don't think there's anything that you'd get from there. I haven't used the jetpack yet. We should probably have 5 first. Okay, that animation is weird, right? They've got to make that look a little bit smoother. How do you turn on the jetpack? Is it still... T, E, R? It's R. Still R. Perfect. haven't used this yet in Kerbal 2. Because whenever I tried to use it, it was always very clunky. Okay, so it seems to follow the camera. I don't know whether like you can change camera modes on this. You just got to be very, yeah, so I don't know if there's a way to like change camera mode so that you don't or that was not weird. Wait, do we have magnetic boots? Okay. Magnet boots? Yeah, I think so. It's either that or it's just like broken as hell. FF? I saw it. There it is. So I board that. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit weird. So what was our NAP and PE? Okay, yeah, it was fine. Not terrible, but not amazing. I think here then I'm going to create a maneuver planner. Does it take into consideration atmosphere? I'd imagine probably not. So if I did, say, that for instance. If I do that atmosphere and then take into effect that the KSC will be moving away from us. Moving away from us. I'm kind of hoping that with atmospheric resistance and whatever, we should probably land about here. But we'll find out. Should we find out? Alright, let's F5. Let's see if warping to maneuver works. Yes, you have those. I have mag boots. Yeah, cool. Lack of stellar exposure. Okie dokie. Let's start burn in 20 seconds. I want to see how good these burn timers and stuff are, because before it wasn't working. So it says start burn in 10 seconds and it gives me a 6-second burn time, right? Now on the nav ball, I do have an anti-timey thing. There we go. Let me have a look on here, see how close it is. Hey, that was not bad. That wasn't bad. Is that our actual? Yeah, so that's our actual there. I might want to just go a little bit faster because... yeah, the KSC is gonna... yeah, you see, this is a little bit of fine-tuning, and I'll be able to get better at this. Figuring out the shortcuts here. Right, that. I'm gonna aim for this. Hopefully we get a splashdown. Donation? What am I on about? Did I do an F5 before I did that burn? Don't remember. Does it matter? No, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Let's get rid of that, because we don't need that anymore. I'm just leaving the parachutes on default settings because we were having issues last stream with the parachutes themselves. I'm gonna leave SAS off, right? And the reason for that is because I want to see how I need a baseline to see how the aerodynamics are working in the game. I want to make sure that the capsule will naturally want to re-enter ass end first. If it doesn't, then I need to know about it, and we need to like design things around it, right? Are the aerodynamics working? That's one of the questions I have for the game, right? We are not currently in the atmosphere yet, so it's a little bit mean to expect it to automatically rotate if it's not. And like I said, we need a splashdown, ideally.
Your Amazon account is linked to Amazon UK.
What?
You can shop in UK English only. Please select a supported language on your Alexa app. Inside devices, select this device, then settings and language.
Alexa, shut up. Hi, Alexa. What the hell? Jesus. What the actual? So, without SAS on, I believe things are working well so far. Because basically, naturally, it's wanting to go a center of mass first, right? And the center of mass point is low down here. See, when we were doing this before on the last stream, we had like the center of mass kind of in the middle, and that was why it wasn't sure whether it wanted to re-enter ass first or not. That was just oversight on my part, in all honesty. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna land on land here, I think. It's like how one of the criteria was to land as a splashdown, and I was aiming over here. So yeah, okay, so this works very much the same as Kerbal Space Program in the way that this projection doesn't take into effect the aerodynamics of the planet. We might still get a splashdown though, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna get a splashdown. Unintentional. Not the location I was aiming for, but we are gonna get a splashdown. For some reason, we've got like a weird greeny glitch. The parachutes did deploy. Not every craft has the same drag to inertia ratio. Yeah, I think you might be right, Animal. In fact, I know you're right. But we've only used this craft, right? So we were having issues on New Year's Eve with the parachutes. Basically, you know how when I used to play Kerbal, right? I used to really finesse the deployment settings on this, like the min pressure, so that they would pop exactly when I wanted them to pop, right at the last minute, right? And it would always look really cool and dramatic. Okay? So that basically, so it wasn't like this for ages, right? And it was a little bit more realistic to how actual parachutes work. That's how we used to do our parachutes in the past, but I think there is some form of bug somewhere that is stopping me from doing that. The trajectory of the capsule, I was aiming over here. Yeah, I mean, I did my burn a little bit early, obviously. My burn should have been a little bit closer, and yeah. So I'll learn that from next time. I do not like these parachutes. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's cut that. So it'll be hard to compute wires. I know, right? So I mean, yeah, we're still in alpha. We're still in that. Like these little things, I'm okay with. Like this is the sort of alpha development that I expected when the game originally came out. Playable, but not perfect, not by a long way, right? Like this sort of thing, right? This sort of bullshit. I would love actual parachute physics. That would be great. There's the coast just off the back there. So I was kind of hoping for that distance, but on this side, so I do need to do a little bit of a work. Wow, that definitely went a lot. It went fully submerged. It went fully submerged. That's so weird. Okay, I'm okay with this. How do I recover this now? Because it's not up here anymore. Recover vessel. There it is. Confirm. Nice. Okay. Let's go back to the KSC. So mission control, we should go over there and we should complete those 2 missions, right? Because we've got 2 loads of science here. Nice and easy. That's a nice easy mission, right? So we'll submit that one. There you are, the magnificent magnet of scientific study. You did amazing. Damn right I did. We had a watch party to celebrate. There was an exact replica of your vessel made out of cake. It was surprisingly flammable. You might have noticed that a new set of missions are now available. I haven't noticed that yet. You see, if the main missions are canon, these contracts are the adventurous spin-offs. Some of the challenges bring in more science, others exist to keep our part manufacturers happy. So this is the secondary stuff, I see. We can afford to turn away anyone. You do know this is the first space program on Kerbal, right? That's a little bit on the nose. I'm not gonna lie, devs. That's a little bit on the nose. Now that you've conquered orbit, it's time to visit our nearest neighbor, the Mun. Come back when you're ready to go. Oh, I'm ready to go. I'm pretty much good to go for the Mun. Like, I know how I'm doing that. Establish an orbit around Kerbal with an apoapsis less than 300 kilometers and a periapsis. Thank you, science! Mun or bust. Okay, well, buoyancy test. Let's have a look on that. We can submit that. You floating. You kind of look like an ice cube in a big old cup of coffee. Lucky our vessel didn't melt. Well, at least not in water. Our recovery team was out there in full force today. Boats, helicopters, free swimming with floaties. You'd think they'd realize it's faster to use a boat than a doggy paddle vessel back to KSC. I think they just wanted to swim, honestly. Thanks, science! Cool. I like that. This is fun. Okay, Mun or bust. I mean, let's be honest. This is definitely what we want to do, really, right? Establish an orbit around the Mun with an apoapsis less than 2,400 kilometers and a periapsis greater than 60 kilometers. This is the easy mission. I think this is going to be fairly easy, right? So we will track that mission. Let's go in green. What is going green? We're concerned that some of the goo that gets dumped down the sink at the R&D center might be messing with the grass. It's too green, right? Take a quick peek and make sure you haven't made this place radioactive again. Attach a Science Junior to a vessel and perform an environmental study on Kerbal. Well, that's easy. That one's an easy one. First couple of American capsule recoveries didn't go that well. There is a good reason they now attach some inflatable around it with the boat crew. Yeah. Strutco wants us to strut our stuff around Kerbal. They've got an idea for basically we just need to go on a spacewalk, which we can do nice and easy. We know how to do that because we can track that mission as well. I can't bother to read all of it. R&D center, let's go and see what parts we've got. We've got 200 science available. So saying we don't necessarily want to land on the Mon just yet, gonna hold off on that ever so slightly. I'm gonna take struts though, that's gonna be important. Lights and utilities, small payloads. Specialized decoupling. We've got other stuff, light aviation. So actually, maybe we do want Mon landing. Powered launchers, we get bigger rockets. That's the skipper. And some better solid fuel. Oh, I don't have enough though to get that and the Mon landing. That's annoying. How are you liking the science stuff now in KSP2? Yeah, it's to be honest, I'm more bothered by the fact that the game is now playable. I prefer that. Okay, so I am going to go with Mon landing. Even if we're not necessarily landing on the Mon this time, I'm going to take it. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't specify that we have to send a Kerbal in orbit of the Mon, right? So we don't have to do that. We could just send a probe. So I'm looking down this line here, actually. How much do we have? I've got 165. So lights and utilities, power management, and the long-range probes. Now, I've got a quick question for people, anyone who's in the know. Do we have communication relays and stuff in this game, or is it the way that we did it originally in Kerbal, right? So instead of having to bounce off satellites, you can only do it direct to the KSC. Oh, research miniaturization. Radial environment survey. Huh. I'm not going to do that one just yet. I've also got docking ports as well, if I really wanted to do that. Micro construction. So I need to make choices. Yeah, so I can definitely get lights utility, power management, long range probes. I think those are the three that I do want. Maybe also micro construction if I've got the option, and possibly specialized decoupling. I think those are the things that I want to do, and I want to send a probe to the Mon. Think no relay yet? Not sure. Okay, well, we'll find out then. We'll find out whether we lose this probe. I want to do a probe, right? So I've got, what do I have left? I've got specialized decoupling and micro construction. Oh, am I sure I don't want research mineralization? I've also got control systems. Maybe I want control systems instead of micro construction. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this, right? Let's make more bang for my buck, right? I've also got light aviation. That could be quite fun, but don't need that just yet, I don't think. What were my objectives? I needed to orbit the Mon, We need it to perform science landed on Kerbal, which is easy. And we need to go on a spacewalk, so maybe we do need a Kerbal. I wonder if we can do one launch, right? This is what I want to do. One launch. You have the capsule up the top, which only goes to orbit Kerbal, right? So we bring the Kerbal back home safely. And then we've got a probe in like a cargo bay. And the probe is the thing that goes off and then orbits the Mun. How about that? That's not bad. Sent Kerbals everywhere, but do you have a mission that wants a particular range of antenna? Okay, interesting. Not 100% sure. Okay, cool. Thanks, discount. Yeah, so that's what I want to do with this mission. I want to do a big one launch thing. So, what am I going to need for that? I think we're going to need the small payloads thing more than anything, because we need these cargo bays so that we can offload the... Oh, but then I don't have tiny engines, which could be a problem. I've got fairings. I think small payloads is still the better one to go for. I'd like to do all three in one go. That could be quite fun. Let's be honest, that could be quite fun. Go big or go home. Okay, I've locked in the small payloads. I only have 15 balance left. A little bit sad I didn't get the reaction control system, but not necessarily the end of the world. We don't need to do docking, so... But I could have used that. I could have used, like, the reason why I looked at this is because I could have used that as the probe's fuel system. So if I can make sure that I've got like 1,000 meters a second from RCS and then just take that up. But I think we can do it. Unfortunately, I mean, we just like the probe would just have to like have the orbital rocket, the 909 on. Because I don't have the tiny engines, unfortunately. Maybe I should have thought about that, although I never had that much science, so I would never have been able to have got that for what I wanted to do. But we're okay. I think it's still doable, maybe. I've also got the specialized decoupling, right? So I can do the stack separating. I mean, yeah, okay. I should be able to do it. So let's go to the vehicle assembly building. So this is no longer going to be the ascent launcher. We can't call it the ascent launcher. That was just for orbit. We need to come up with something else. Actually, maybe we could use like the launcher for this, but I don't know how much Delta V payload I had in that heavy variant. So let's load this up. So let's do that. Well, I guess we don't need this. Well, actually, what do I have? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the probes, right? So I've got... Comes equipped with an internal battery antenna and reaction wheel. So I don't think this has the reaction wheel, the Octo. So we'll go with that one, because I don't think we need the reaction wheel if we've already got a reaction wheel, right? Like, the Mun launcher should be called Descent 1 or V. Yeah, Descent is a good one for the Mun lander, yeah. But we're not doing that just yet. Okay, let's just have a look at that real quick. I realize it looks ridiculous. Don't worry, I'll fix it. This, I want to make sure, is vacuum. So I've got 800 meters a second on this, right? Well, that's... So 800 meters a second on this. Okay. Not good enough. How much delta V in total? So it did have spare delta V, like we had extra, but 3,900. Okay, so I'm gonna save that because I feel like the actual Ascent Heavy launcher is. I might have to make tweaks to it, but it's probably good enough to be able to, if I can get like a full payload. So what I'm looking for is I want to make sure that I've got a craft that can get into orbit of the Mun, basically. So this is the payload, this right here. So let's go, if we do 3, we'll do that, right? And we'll get rid of that. How much delta V does that have? That's got 1,300 meters a second. So how much do you need to circularize around the Mun? You need about 900 meters to get out there, and then like, what? 100, 200 meters a second to circularize? Well, you don't even need that to capture. It doesn't have to be a perfect... it will tell me here, won't it? Yeah, so low Mun orbit is 280 meters a second to circularize, right? But we don't need low orbit, we just need that intercept. So, yeah, so we've got... this has enough. If this is in orbit, this has enough to get out to the Mun and circularize. I do think I want a little bit more fuel, though, in this stage. So I'm gonna add just a fraction more, and that's our launcher. I am gonna put some of those on. I'm gonna make it look a little bit nicer as well because it looks ridiculous. Mun scent one. Then, because I want this to look good, we're going to take this off temporarily, and I want some of my payload things. And I think if I pop this open, we can... pop that in there, right? So now we've got our stuff kind of like exposed, if that makes sense. And actually, I am going to do that. Is there any like other sciencey stuff that we need to put on this? Instead of these, I am going to put these larger solar panels on. Just because we may as well. Communication. I do actually have one of these, and I think I would prefer that. I only want one, please. Right, we're gonna have a look. I need to play around with this because this is gonna be a weird thing. That's so weird, like with these controls and stuff. Oh, for some reason I can't get the frickin' antenna. Oh, come on now. Oh, why? Why are you there? That's so weird. Oh, wait, no, that works, actually. No, stop it! Okay, internet might be better. Good. Good to know. What is this extended? So that is like that extended. So what we want to do... Oh, right, yeah, I keep forgetting that the what's it's changed. There we go. Not bad for a little probe, right? How much delta V does this thing have? (1,600 meters a second). Should be more than enough, right? 1,600 meters a second is more than enough. Now, this for me is the biggest problem, is the fact that I also want this capsule to separate and be able to return, and this is where I would have used the monopropellant, right? So I was going to add monopropellant onto this and then just deorbit it with the monoprop, but I can't do that. However, we do have some Sepatrons. Now, we've got, and this is where it gets a little bit sketchy, right? Like, we've got... Oh, how much Delta V's in this? Does it not tell me? How much Delta V's in this? Of course, it won't tell you, Womble, because Delta V changes depending on mass. Does it give me a... thingy on here? What are these? Hey Buzz, how's it going? Does it give me SRBs on here? So they do. They are weirdly separated out though. And it doesn't give me its delta V, which is a little bit annoying, but that's fine. Doesn't give me the delta V, but we can work it out. How's it go? How goes space today? Space is going okay. So far, okay. Yeah, it doesn't... Unfortunately, these small little SRBE things doesn't give me the delta V. No delta V in the readout? No, there's no delta V. That's because these are the Sapatron solid boosters, right? So there's not that much delta V in the staging. No, there's nothing there. There's nothing. Nothing! And that's because... Oh, come on now. You can do this. Wait a sec. That's not where I want you. Yeah, no, there's nothing. It doesn't give me a readout on the what's it, but that's because it's the Sapatron stuff. Now there is a delta V somewhere, and we can work it out. But I need to know this thing's mass. Yeah, I need to know that thing's mass. That's what I need to know. Click the right bar twice. Okay, right. What right? This? And again? Okay, well that helps, but it still doesn't give me the delta V. Thank you for that though, Discount. That's definitely helpful. I'm not getting any delta V readouts. Internet's still screwy. That's annoying. So we've got those going off, then we've got those. I need to make sure I check my staging. Yeah, I don't have any... Yeah, staging's all wonky. Must be that one next. That one. Then that one. And then that one. Yeah, my delta V readouts are all wonky. It's not accurate. That one needs to be atmosphere about 35 kilometers, I believe. This one is just vacuum. This one is atmosphere. From the pad. Wait, so those three. Then the separators. Then the main booster. Then the second stage starts up. And the second stage decouples. So why is this readout reading 0 up here? I wonder. Aha! That was why. The root part, it was wonky. It's like old Kerbal. But yeah, it still doesn't tell me what the separator's delta V is. You see, this is where I wanted either the micro engines for what I wanted to do, so that I could, like, deorbit this itself, or the RCS, because modern propellant would be able to deorbit the capsule from low Kerbal orbit, right? All I need to do is just deorbit it from low Kerbal orbit, right? That's all we need to do with that capsule. Then the probe can go off and get orbit around the Mun. So we're not taking that Kerbal with us. Screw that. Ascent heavy 2. We've got 3,500 meters a second. For me, that doesn't sound like I've got enough. In fact, I know I've not got enough delta V in that. Because I want to get the entire payload up to orbit. This thing, this is my payload. This is what needs to go up to orbit. And this only has like 1,000 meters a second? So this is what needs to get up to orbit, and then I've got then we lose the top half. So this booster? Not good enough. Right? So what can I do to change this? Something not too drastic. I'm actually thinking what I'm going to do. The second stage here. That is to help circularize, right? I'm going to do that. Get rid of this. Then we're going to put more mass. More fuel on the first stage. I think that is definitely going to do something, but not everything I want. Now all of the staging is like completely messed up. Oh boy. Okay. This really is Kerbal. I'm having to think. I'm enjoying it though. But wait, no? This? Why does it not do the things I ask it to do? Then that. Still not enough delta V. Okay, that's fine. Add more boosters. I know I've got the capacity for more rocket, right? Because my TWR on the rockets is turned right down. This is very annoying, having to reorganize for the readouts here. But it's only like the booster side. I just got back from the Mun. So far, haven't stranded anyone. Did have a problem where my lander fell over on its hatch while the Kerbal was EVA. That was a thing, but he finally pushed it over enough to hop in. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. 4,100 meters a second. That is the sort of stats that I wanted to see. So we've got 2,000 meters a second on that first stage. That's a lot. What's my TWR though? 1.39, that's fine. The second stage has an extra 300 meters a second in, which is fine. And then I've got an extra 700 meters a second to get up to orbit? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. It's gonna be tight. This is gonna be a tight launch. So let's increase my thrust here, right? In those first stages. And I'm going to give a little bit extra in that second stage. And I think that should be enough. (1,000 meters a second plus 1,900). So that's 2,900 meters a second. So it's not enough to orbit, which is fine because we don't want to orbit with that second stage. But I do want to make sure that we're, you know, close. Plus an extra 300, actually. Yeah, no, we could probably orbit with this second stage if I really wanted to, but I don't need to. Okay. This should be good. This is what we got. We've got 4,300 meters a second. I think we can even have a look on the trip planner without me. I don't want to go to the Mun surface, so we can minus 600 from this. Mun low orbit, we don't necessarily want to go to low orbit. I just want to be able to get into an orbit that is going to fulfill the criteria. And also, the launch vessel Delta V here, that's going to change. Because when we're doing our transfer burn, we won't have the capsule, right? We're not taking the Kerbal. So yeah, this is going to be ascent heavy to saving. I think it should work. We'll see. It's gonna be a tough launch. It's gonna be a tight launch. But we'll see. We'll see. I have faith. Oh, apparently Bob got in. He really likes to. So Bob is now the new Jeb, right? Because he really likes to. He really likes to get into that craft without me asking him to. Yeah. He really likes that. Down here it only says 3,000 meters a second, but I'm thinking that's wrong. Ooh, that's got a lot of kick to it. I really wish I could change the camera angle, or at least I really wish I knew how to change the camera angle. You probably can change the camera angle, but I don't know how. I could do this, I suppose. But I used to be able to, like, kind of off-center the camera, so you could, like, say, focus on here, kind of thing. I don't know how to do that on Kerbal too. Like, middle mouse button and drag the camera could, like, move the camera up and down. But I don't know how to do that. There's probably a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. But it's just, like, changed. Like cinematic mode. Do you remember cinematic mode in Kerbal 1? Oops. I don't like that. Aha, there we go. So there is a way to bring up your TWR. Hey D, how are you? What have you been up to? Did you have a good new year? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Sometimes I do think that the graphics look a little bit like spinny, but at least it works, right? Like, I care more for the fact that it works. How much delta V do I need to get to orbit? I didn't do a very good job of that now, did I? So now the question is whether or not there's going to be enough delta V in the probe to be able to actually make it to Mun orbit. I'm hoping there will be, but I'm not sure there will. Nothing much. Played some games with the fam. How about you, sir? I streamed. I streamed on New Year's Day. New Year's Eve. That was my it's a tradition. It's a tradition now, right? Like, every year I try and do a stram. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't think I've... That'll do. That'll do. Okay. EVA. Next one done. Forward. Okay. So now... what I need is I need this to separate. So we're going to decouple that. Okay. I'm going to switch back over to this. We're going to open up the cargo bay. How much delta V do we have left? 905! That's not going to be enough, is it? That's not enough for what I want to do. Nutsacks! I'm sad about no EVA science. Yeah, I was a little bit sad about that as well. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no, it's a tradition now at this point. Oh, 905 revert time. I'm tempted. I mean, I'm going to be able to get a rendezvous with the Mun, right? Like, we can still get into the Mun's sphere of influence, but I don't think we can make the orbit. That I want. I don't think I can make the orbit that I want. I guess we're gonna have to use the O-berth effect to as much as possible. I might be able to capture. If you're stingy and intercept right, you can get that mission criteria. Yeah, I know, like, we're so close, right? I knew it was gonna be tight, right? Like, we knew it was gonna be a tough thing. I think I've got to really use the O-berth effect here. Unfortunately, my apoapsis is a little bit higher than I was expecting it would be. How do I What is the minimum requirement for altitude above the Mun? What is the min for this? I really wish. It goes on a big trajectory and then has another encounter. Oh, for perigee. Yeah, so perigee. Okay. So, in order for me to do this, I'm gonna have to capture there. It's the only way. That means I've got 55 meters a second left. 50 meters a second left to be able to capture. How much do you need to capture? What's the max for perigee? For apogee? It's not undoable. It's not. And I have to make sure that the burn is like exact. I don't think we're making it. 2 mil. You think 2 mil? Okay. So it's basically just capture. Oh, how much delta V I'm gonna need to capture? That's what I want to know. How can I create here? I cannot create another maneuver node there. Okay, it won't let me do that. And now I'm stuck. Mission tracker down there at the bottom right should say. It should. Mission tracker. Oh no. AP less than 2,400 kilometers. Ooh, we're not making that. We're not making that. Even with all the O-berth effect, I don't think we can do that. 2.4 mil. Do you reckon? Easy? Do you reckon? In 50 meters a second? How much do you... It's usually around about 250 meters a second to circularize down to low orbit. We'll see. I'm gonna go for it. I mean, ideally, I do want to blow the craft up as well, but we shall see. Right. Well, we've got the capsule there. Wait, where is the capsule? The capsule's like right next to it, right? Like, I will come back to the capsule in a sec. We're going to... I may as well... I mean, I may as well do this. Do this, right? Like, we may as well try it. I can always revert if I really wanted to. At least, I think I can. I didn't do a quick save before I launched, but that's fine. It's only... yeah, it's fine. It's fine! It's fine. This is gonna be fine. It's fine. We used a lot more fuel in that upper stage on circularization than I thought, which meant that basically the launch trajectory wasn't really the best one. It'll autosave at Atmo transition and SOI changes. The problem is Buzz, that I also don't know whether that capsule is going to be able to deorbit itself. So, you too much. Take it back. Take it back. Wait, what? It's still burning? Oh, please don't tell me it's got that bug again. Look, the trajectories. The trajectory is changing. Just send a tuck. %1 thrust. I don't have a nav ball in this mission mode, and that's very annoying to me. Try F5, F9 to fix that. F5 and F9 is to revert. It's like quick save and revert. I'm reluctant to do that. How do I control this, right? So let's... Oh! Let's see if this deorbits. We ready? 3, 2, 1. Coming up to the AP. See if it will want to deorbit. Oh, easy. Easy! Fixes orbit line bugs, or so I am told. Does it? Okay. Well, let's go land this down, and then we'll switch back over to the other vessel. Right? We'll get Bob back. Easy, easy. Engineering at its max, right? So the concept works. I just didn't quite have enough delta V in them. I just didn't have a very efficient ascent, to be honest. I've had to edit a JSON file to fix one you encountered. Yeah, I'm not that bothered, to be honest. Like, this whole save is just to test things out and stress test the game a little bit, right? Like, I'm not trying to, like, min-max. But, yeah, it's good to know. The small bugs like that, they're manageable. When you've got too many of those small bugs, not so manageable, right? I can control that if I really wanted to. So once I've landed this, I could just like switch back over to the other vessel. Can I still revert to launch? I can still revert to launch. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know. You never used to be able to do that in the first Kerbal, so that's an improvement. That's an improvement. Also, if I am able to achieve a stable orbit around the moon, that'll be the end of the stream. Just so you're aware. I think I've got like 47 meters a second left in that other craft, so it'll be interesting. Whoops. Okay. Right. Let's control that. Perfect. Let me see. Why can I not set a maneuver node here? Oh, I have to do it. I have to do it there. Okay. Create a maneuver node. That's a bit weird, but sure. Oh, what was that? What did I do? No fuel. Knew it. I knew that it's 38 meters a second now for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. It's only, yeah. So I knew that. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Well, we didn't make it in orbit of the Mun, but we definitely could with like tweaking to that. That's definitely doable. I'm half tempted to actually revert to launch because I'm pretty sure that this entire... You got a leak, I guess? Yeah, I guess I got a leak. Only had 38. I'm going to revert back to launch then, because now, for number one, we know that the command pod is more than happy to get back to Kerbal easier. And with an efficient launch, we won't be using as much Delta V to circularize, right? So, yeah, I'm going to revert back, and then I might add a little bit of extra Delta V in the second stage, maybe. Because we've got more than enough TWR on that first stage, so yeah. Oh, that's if the game will load. I've been enjoying... I'm not gonna lie, I've really enjoyed this stream. I've enjoyed playing Kerbal again. Which is a good sign, because I did schedule to play Kerbal like 4 or 5 times this month. And I was a little bit apprehensive. I was like, am I going to enjoy this? Okay, so this... Actually, I want to go back to the VAB. So this is what I want to do with this. I just want to add a little bit extra Delta V in the second stage, and I think that should give us more than enough. I just need to get like a little extra amount of fuel in that probe into orbit, right? So we're just gonna add like a little bit extra Delta V. Not like even that much, just that extra fuel tank. Like, nothing too fancy. I think that should be good, really. I just need a better ascent profile. Maybe also something else I could do is... No, the thrust for that second stage was fine. Just playing around with the TWR on the thing. Basically, I just need to make sure that I throttle up the middle engine on ascent. I should also squeeze out a little bit more Delta V from that first stage too. Okay, let's save. Save it again. Also, Kerbal. Well, I guess then the pilot... I guess we don't have pilots anymore, right? Like, we don't have pilots, engineers, or... scientists. We just have the Kerbals. So, Jeb has been massively demoted, look. He's, like, way down here now. I guess we use Tim C. Yeah, because Bob seems to be the... He needs pilots. Well, exactly, right? I don't know who these... Gilney is, Tom Pond, Jonga, Alney. I don't know any of those. Okay. Who needs pilots? Should we try and launch this again? I've got 4,444 meters a second. I think we should be good now. I just need a better ascent profile and we should be golden. I'm gonna skip the countdown. Let's go. Not too bad. We're going. We're going. Okay, not too bad. Have I done worse now? Hey Eternal, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you? We don't need that much thrust. Pretty good. Good. We are sending a probe out to the Mun, whilst also sending Kerbals to do other things. How am I? I'm very good as well. I am in focus mode. How much Delta V do we need to be able to orbit? Because I feel like we're not doing very well here. Had no orbit lines bug 2 days ago. Interesting. I've not really played much of the game since the newest update. So I've only got like a handful of hours, so I'm still trying to like figure out what the bugs and stuff are and how to get around them and things like that. So that ascent was actually worse than the first ascent. Womble, you know how you're supposed to improve your ascent? You didn't do a very good job. Okay, I'm just saying. Also play KSP 1 more. I haven't played Kerbal 1 in like 2 years, but I do have like 5,000 hours on. Quick save and load may quick load may fix that, Eternal. According to chat, that is apparently a thing that happens. Lines were still gone. Yeah, you might have to like play around with like the JSON files and stuff. It's past my intelligence range. That's all I'm saying. How much Delta V are we gonna have? Let's just throttle it back. Remember, we need the capsule to get into orbit. That'll do. We are now orbital. Okay, I think we've got about the same amount of Delta V available. That was actually worse than what we did before. Right. 918 meters a second. We literally saved like 18 meters a second. My ascent was worse that time than what it was before. That's hilarious. My ascent was worse. I was trying for a better ascent, but it was actually worse. I still think I can get this thing to do what I want it to do. I still think there's there, but it's very, very close. JSON is easy. Yeah, but I'm dumb, Eternal. Like, I'm dumb. I'm a dum-dum. Okay, so biggest problem is the thrust on these are a little bit too low. So let's turn that up. Yeah. Okay, that should do. If all the orbit lines are gone, full game restart. If one craft orbit line is gone, especially after taking off from a landed state, might take a JSON edit to change the craft's situation from landed to orbiting. I think I know how to do that, actually. I think even I'm smart enough to be able to do that. Let's be honest, I should learn JSON, right? Like, I've said this for a very long time. I still haven't done it. I should learn how to do it, right? Like, I should do it, especially with the amount that I use to play Kerbal. I feel like that would just be the best. Find the tag under its section, right? Yeah. Focus. Stop getting distracted. Oh, I did it again. I did it wrong again. I'm not doing good Kerbal today, okay? I'm not doing good Kerbal. Confirm revert. I'm not Kerbaling very well today. Like, to be fair, it is pretty late in my week now. Like, I'm pretty spent, so. But I will. I'm doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Oh, right. Yeah, let's do that. Might not help. Why do I do the roll program, you ask? Because it looks cool. Always use new quick saves to edit. Don't destroy your good saves. There we go. This is a much better ascent profile. Let's be honest. This is a much better ascent profile. We all knew it was capable. I do need to turn that up though. There we go. Hope robotics comes back, that would be fun. Me too. I would imagine that they probably would at least attempt to do that sort of stuff, because as far as I'm aware, like the robotics DLC was probably the most popular DLC that they did. I know they only did 2, right? But in my opinion, it was the better out of the 2. Although I did like the other one, the Making History one. The Making History one was fun. But yeah, no, I do miss robotics. Okay, this is looking already a lot more respectable. This is looking a lot more respectable. There we go. You see, this is what happens if you do, like, an ascent profile that isn't garbage, Wumble. You actually get to do what you designed the craft to do for, right? Like, you just do it right the first time. There we go. We've got more than enough Delta V to do everything that I wanted to do now. In fact, if anything, like, the second stage has nearly made orbit, so that's not bad. That was exactly what I did. Heating. Maybe don't do that at, like, altitude like that. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted the second stage to do. That was the exact point. This is the exact profile that I wanted the second stage to put me on, right? Like, I just didn't do the ascent very well. Game, what is going on here? Okay. Fairings are a little bit buggy by the looks of it, or like shrouds, I guess. Oh, hi. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. Hi. Yeah. This is I don't know what to do with that. Oh dear. Dear. Wait a sec. But yeah, there's only one thing to say about this texture glitch here. Lol. Let's open the cargo bay. Let's extend the antenna. There we go. There we go. Looks cool, right? It looks cool. A nice little probe. And this segment here is going to go off to the Mon. No, we don't need any of that. Can I just dump it? How do I dump the science without sending the science? I don't think you can. Apparently, I'm hitting the periapsis in like 1 second down here, so that's not accurate. Nice. We'll do that. There we go. In fact, this Not a good idea. Maybe I should have like flipped the whole thing around and turned it over the other way. But I didn't, because I'm an idiot. Okay, so this now has... Can I control from here, please? Thank you. So this doesn't tell me how much Delta V I've got on this craft now, but we've definitely got a lot more than what we had before. I would estimate we've got around about 1,500 meters a second on this. So, yeah. Gonna hit F5 here, just in case. Oh no, I don't want to go prograde. I want to go retrograde, you fucking idiot. F9. Okay, it's getting late, chat. It's getting late, okay? I didn't... Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Let's do that. There we go. Perfect. Oh wait, no, wait. What am I doing? I didn't do my my spacewalk. It really is getting late. I can barely talk, so you just have to bear with me. Spacewalk. There we go. That's mission successful. B. Now we can do that. Don't hit the spacecraft. Jesus. This I would like to maybe do this. Create maneuver. Was there a fairing on the stage? One of the things it does make DFV readout 0 for when the fairing is in the current stage. I make a new stage at the top to drag the fairing there. No, there was no fairing. We had... Wait, I've got no fuel in this? Why have I got no fuel? How have I got no fuel? What are you on about? Game? What do you mean I have no fuel? Like, I've got loads of fuel. Look, it's right here. Like, what? What? I've got 8... Hard to see for you, yeah. I've got fuel, look. The engine's light. So, what do you mean we've got no fuel? Yeah, yeah, it's fair. It's fair that it's hard to see. Wait, what am I doing? Let's not let that crash into the atmosphere without saving the Kerbal. Okay. Game. And I just need like 2 little more pieces of luck to get that probe to orbit the Mun, and then listen to me. I will put you down, right? Those are the only 2 things. Brain, you just need to engage yourself for a little bit longer. I know I've asked for you a lot this week. I've asked a lot of you this week. I just need a little bit more. Just a little bit more input, brain. And maybe we won't make any fuck-ups. No, you're okay, Buzz. Don't worry about it. If fast robots unlock tier 1 or tier 2 would be great. Yeah, I agree with you, Eternal. Brain needs more chemical fuel. Brain needs sleep. That's what that needs. Brain needs sleep. I've been pretty much constantly on the go all week since Tuesday. So I am now, like, I'm at the end of the rope. And I've got to stream again tomorrow because over here, if you'll see, Saturday, 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. So I've got to stream because since I did this schedule thing, right? Bear in mind, this is a brand new schedule thing, right? It's brand new. I want to try and stick to it as long as possible. So we'll try and do it. It looks like I'm getting a little bit of a frame drop. Is that the case? You guys losing frames on the stream, or is that my end? Is that your guys' end? I mean, my bit rate is fine, like my upload. There's nothing going on with OBS, so I have a feeling it might be audio is fine. Yeah, the audio might be fine, but the visuals maybe not. Also, this is bad. This is bad. The sound effects. Oh boy. Oh boy! This is bad! Oh god. Can't save for video. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna reload to the quick save. I'm gonna put the game down and we're gonna come back to this next time we play Kerbal. Because, number one, not only is my energy levels lacking, but it looks like the stream, at least a little bit, at least from my end, when I see it for you guys, it's like all choppy and everything, so it's just not worth it. So that's what we'll do. We're gonna save here. We'll come back to it. I think the signs of the Kraken, oh, not just my brain, not just Kerbal, but also the stream. Litho braking not advised. Yeah. Well, the landing was fine. I was just under time warp when I did it, so I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. So it's my own fault, really. Like, it is my own fault. But yeah, that's why we're going to end it for now. We will come back to this. I was kind of hoping we could end this stream in orbit of the Mun, but that's not happening because my brain... I can't function. I can't function. I need to go to bed. I need to rest. It is how it is. Real quick, what do you think of the R&D music? It's too late. I've already closed the game, but I do like it. Yeah, I was gonna I would have played it. Take it easy, Womble. No worries. I will be back tomorrow with some Mine of the Craft. I believe that is what we're gonna be playing. It is Minecraft tomorrow at 1 PM. That is very early. Usually I start at 2 on Saturdays. Apparently I'm doing an earlier one, so we'll kind of see. We'll see how that works. Then on Monday at 7 PM, so this will be another later stream, is Dyson Sphere program. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to cope with that. Again, it'll be a matter of seeing how well my brain deals. And we'll have Kerbal back again Thursday the 11th at 1 PM, which I am okay with. Is this UTC? This is UTC. It is my time, so I am currently on the same time as UTC. So Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah, we're on the same time as UTC at the moment, Buzz. So that is what I am going to be going for. Next time we'll play Kerbal is next Thursday. This time, almost not this time. 6 days from now. That's what I mean. That 6 days from now. A little bit earlier. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go and pass out. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a good night, evening, noon, insert time zone here. See you guys on the flip side. Until next time, later, nerds!